All right, let's rank some stuff. The internet loves a good ranking video, so let's rack them up, rack them up, rack them up.
Rank them up, rank them up, rank them up.
Rack 'em up, rack 'em up, rack 'em up, rack 'em up.
Today we're going to rank the first half of Batman, the animated series. We've actually reviewed all the way up to Almost Got 'Em, so we're going to quickly rank, well, not quickly, but as fast as we can, rank all 46 episodes that we've watched. You ready to do this?
Yeah.
Okay, first up then, we're going to rate On Leather Wings.
Yeah, it's clearly going to go in the S tier. I mean, we both ranked
It
this
is.
episode highly.
Absolutely. S tier. What a great way to introduce the show. Obviously, Pitch Perfect Gotham. You got all the characters. And to fit that all in 22 minutes, I think was an achievement in itself.
Will he change again?
No. The formula's out of his system. It's over. For now.
All right, now we're going to do Christmas with the Joker. The first episode of Joker ever to be produced. We're doing these in production order, by the way, folks, not in release order. Where do you want to put Christmas with the Joker?
For me personally, it's a B. Because it's got Joker in it, which I like. It's got memorable lines.
They don't call you Batman for nothing.
But Batman is so wooden in that. And like just like so 66, you know what I'm saying? He's like,
Robin, Operation Cause and Effect.
quick,
Yeah.
Robin, we need to go do this. And you know, the overall plot isn't that great. So for me it's a B.
I'm going to agree with you there. I almost went C for Christmas. But I will put it in B because I watch it every year, even though it is corny and it's not the vibe of the show. I think that it's just being a Christmas episode puts it a little bit higher. But yeah, it's definitely not being even close to the best Joker episode.
And it is a wonderful life.
It has its moments.
Next, we've got Nothing to Fear, the first appearance of the Scarecrow, where he robs some banks, he gasses Batman, and this is the episode where Batman says, "I am vengeance, I am the night, I am Batman," for the first time.
I am vengeance. I am the night. I am Batman.
Is it the one where it's like his dead parents in the sky or whatever?
Yes,
It's spooky. Okay.
skeleton dad in the sky.
Well, I don't remember it that well, so I guess a C for me, I suppose.
See, first appearance, yeah, he's not the Scarecrow we know, he's got like a testicle for a head.
Yeah, he's like a skin tag, basically.
Yeah.
Who are you?
I am fear incarnate. I am the terror of Gotham. I am the Scarecrow.
All right, next we've got The Last Laugh, which is the episode where Joker gasses the entire city with laughing gas.
I give it a B for the soundtrack alone.
I will give it a B as well. It's the first appearance of Efrem Zimbalist Jr. as Alfred as well.
Oh, and it's I Drew You a Bath as well, isn't it, right?
I said I drew you a bath, sir. April Fools?
Very funny, Alfred.
Yeah, and Captain Clown, is this an A?
Well, we'll keep it at a B for now, because like I think there's
Okay.
better A's out there.
Okay, we'll stay in B.
You killed Captain Clown. You killed Captain Clown!
All right, then we've got Pretty Poison, the first appearance of Poison Ivy.
I
where
like
she
all the
dates-
Two-Face or pre-Two-Face Harvey Dent stuff in that.
I like this episode. I think it's well animated. I think she's an amazing character. What a performance by Diane Pershing, her first time playing the role. First time we've ever seen Poison Ivy outside of the comics as well. I think that this is, I'm going to say B.
Sure.
I like it.
But The Last Laugh is better than Pretty Poison.
Oh, I don't know. I like Harvey Dent and all of that dating stuff. I really like him Batman sneaking around the greenhouse and the giant, like, Venus flytrap trying to eat him and him threatening to
This
kill
is
her
starting to
Rose.
sound a bit C to me.
All right, fine. I'll go and see.
Oh, what's wrong? Afraid I have cooties?
Next up, we've got probably an episode that everyone hates but us. It is The Underdwellers.
Oh yeah, I enjoyed The Underdwellers. I can't give it an A, so I'll give it a B.
I'm surprised it's even going there. I would have said C, just because usually I would have rated
I
this.
put it at a C then.
Yeah.
I really like that episode. It'll be upsetting for people if we don't put it as a C. So yeah, yes.
Yeah, that's what brings it down for me. Is the Sewer
For
King.
me it brings it up.
And also, Batman kills like 2 alligators in this. He just breaks their jaws.
Snaps their jaws. Yeah,
It's going in a C though.
it's a C. Yeah.
We are the Underdwellers. We are the Silent Ones. We follow the invisible creed. But. Someone was talking. You were heard.
Okay, then we got POV, which I think is a very underrated episode. We get the point of view of police officers Harvey Bullock, Renee Montoya, and the Rookie as they encountered Batman in different scenarios in that burning down house. Also, that's the Driller, voiced by Ron Perlman.
Yeah.
And the Plucker, the Eye Plucker.
I give it an A. I like that episode.
I like it a lot. I agree. A it is. Our
Good
first
vibes in that episode. Good vibes.
Hell yeah.
The guy tried to bolt, and the Batman just pointed at him. Wham! He drops. It was unbelievable. Batman's on the guy in a flash. Then the Batman says something to him.
Okay, next we've got The Forgotten. Talk about a soundtrack, bud.
Look, up there!
Well, you and I have a soft spot for this episode, but I'll give it an A.
I'm going an A. It's going A.
I can't give it an S. To me, it's an S. I love that episode.
Yeah.
It's nostalgic for us, and we have to work. I've got to eat. We say that shit all the time.
We do. I love Boss Biggest. I wish we got more Boss Biggest.
And we created the law that Boss Biggest actually is eating all of them. That's why he's so fat.
That's
which
right. He's
bumps it up even more.
Is this an S?
I say it's an S. No, you can't put Boss Biggest next to On Leather Wings. Get it back down. Get it back down.
S for supersize me.
A for appetizers.
Why aren't these lowlifes working?
They have to eat, sir.
I have to eat. They have to work.
Next up, we've got the episode Be a Clown, which is the...
I like that one too.
Did you? Because I remember when we
not?
reviewed it. Yeah, we weren't as big of fans of this on a rewatch. Just because Joker, like being a birthday clown, great premise. But
that's right. That's all I can remember is that cool premise. The rest of the episode is pretty shitty.
Yeah, like the whole theme park thing, they were trying to do a Killing Joke vibe, but it just didn't fit. And then they've got the roller coaster, which I think is paying ode to like the Dark Knight Returns as well.
Yeah, chuck it in a B. Or a C.
I think it's a C.
All right.
Just for Jordan alone, that kid just really annoyed me.
So long, man. Gotta go. But I left them with a bang.
That laugh. Good riddance, Jerko.
Next, we've got Two-Face Part 1. I think it's an S tier. I think we had it in our top 3 for a long time because it's really good.
Mm-hmm.
Just the Harvey Dent's duality, like multi-personality background is just genius. Love it so much. Part 2, I feel like once he is Two-Face, the episode it doesn't have the same like pacing or excitement as Part 1.
Which one had like the lightning crack revealing his face?
Part 1.
All right, put Part 2 in an A.
Harvey.
Goodbye, Grace.
Next, we've got the episode It's Never Too Late, which is where Batman faces off with a feuding mob family. Well, the Thorns versus the Stromwells.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
And his kid is a heroin addict, which for a 90s cartoon is...
got a leg off and shit. Put that in the S tier.
S tier for It's Never Too Late. Wow, okay. Going high on that one.
But then I see it there and I'd see that it is an A.
Yeah, it is an A, isn't it? Yeah, I agree.
Do the right thing. For yourself. For your son. For me, your little brother.
Michael.
Next up, we've got the first appearance of the Penguin in another episode that everyone hates except for us. It's I've Got Batman in My Basement.
It's a fun episode. We enjoy it.
We do. I think that just Penguin doing a Home Alone in this is quite fun. Batman crashed out on a sofa for most of the episode is also really funny. He tried to hook Batman up with his mum.
Yeah.
Say, Batman, you wouldn't be single, would you?
I'd say B?
B, yeah.
Yeah. All right, B for basement.
Mom, I'd like you to meet Batman. Batman, this is my mom.
Ma'am?
Next up, it's probably one of, if not the most popular Batman the Animated Series episode. It is the first appearance of Mr. Freeze and his backstory. It's Heart of Ice.
That is a fucking S tier, you bitch.
I agree.
If you don't agree with it, then you're a fucking loser.
S for Super Chill.
I can only beg your forgiveness and pray you'll hear me somehow. Someplace where a warm hand waits for mine.
Okay, next is another two-parter. The first appearance of Catwoman. We've got Cat in the Claw Part 1 to rank first.
So, our new cat burglar's a woman.
And what happens in that?
That is where Catwoman is introduced and Red Claw is also introduced, and Red Claw is like trying to blow up the city, and Catwoman gets involved with like the company, and Bruce Wayne's involved too. It's all right. Like part 1, I think is better than part 2.
Red Claw's kind of fit, so
yeah,
gotta give her up rating for that. She does something for me. I don't know what it is, but don't tell my wife about that.
You've discovered our little secret.
All right. Part 1, I would say, is a C. C for cat. And then I would say part 2 is our first D, because I did not like it.
That's fine. I don't really remember the plot. All I remember the Scooby-Doo walking of the assistant. That's about it.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Through the house. Yeah.
If I don't unmask you, the police will.
Police? Don't be silly. You can't deny there's something between us.
You're right. And I'm afraid it's the law.
Okay, next up, we've got See No Evil, the Invisible Man story. Where would you put this on the list?
Oh, yeah, and he goes into the cement, doesn't he?
Goes into the cement, and Batman outwits him at the end by turning on, like, a big old sprinkler system and goes,
Peekaboo.
Which I really love, and punches him in the face. This episode took the place of an episode that was cancelled, and that's why it's so early on in the show. Because the animation is just like, you're like, whoa, this show's just stepped it up by like 50%.
Mm-hmm. I'd give it a B.
I'd give it a B.
Get ready for your biggest disappearing act, Ventress. The one where no one sees you for 10 to 20.
Next, we've got an episode that I really enjoy, and I think is amazing. And the fact that it's got Adam West in just makes it even more special. We've got Beware the Grey Ghost. Or, as its many titles are, Beware of Grey Ghost, Beware of the Grey Ghost, Beware Grey Ghost.
That does not make sense.
Yeah, I don't like this episode as much as you do.
I'd say it's an A.
Sure.
Batman, like, teaming up with his childhood hero, like, I just love that idea.
Yeah, that's fair.
Even though his obsession with Grey Ghost is a bit much in that way, he's like, I'm kind of obsessed with you, and I've got a whole shrine, and will you sign this for me?
Do you think visually they wanted to be like Zorro? Or did they just come up with the Grey Ghost?
They just came up with the Grey Ghost, but maybe that's a good point, because that is the reason that he was inspired to be Batman, was he went to go see Zorro.
And if you like imagine like him teaming up with the Zorro actor that he saw playing Zorro at the film, where like after his parents died and everything, that'd be pretty cool.
That would be pretty cool. I like that a lot. All right. Well, it goes in the A.
Yes, it does.
You know, as a kid, I used to watch it with my father. The Grey Ghost was my hero.
Really?
And he still is.
Next up, we've got Prophecy of Doom. Do you remember this episode?
Nope.
Prophecy of Doom is where the rich people of Gotham join a cult, and it's got that soothsayer that's a phony, and the ending is in a giant room full of planets.
I think I see where this one goes on our list.
I see it going down the drain.
Ah, yes, that's fine.
But how did the glass break, sir?
Psychic vibrations, Alfred. Though I'd bet on a high-frequency sonic device.
Next, we've got another two-parter. We'll do part 1 first. It's Feet of Clay, the first appearance of Clayface. Now, I don't know how you feel, but I know exactly how I feel about which one is higher than the other as far as parts 1 and 2. In my opinion, part 2 is way better than part
it's got
1.
that amazing animation at the end, doesn't it?
It does. And part 1, like, I do like Batman interrogating that guy with the Batwing and holding him by the claw.
Oh, yeah, I love that.
Yeah, that is good.
I would give that an A, and I would give part 2 an S.
Yeah.
You know what I'd have given for a death scene like this? Too bad I won't get to read the notices.
Next up, we've got the classic Joker's Favor. I'm going to say instantly it's an S, right?
That is an S. It's an S, and put it right in the tear. That is an S. I love that episode. It just makes me...
Cheer?
Cheer, yeah!
Hey, we got there. Yeah, Joker's Favor, just what a classic Joker episode. I think there's maybe one other episode on our list today that will rival it as the best Joker episode of the series, but Joker's Favor, yeah, belongs at the tippy top. It's so damn good.
Okay, chuckers.
Oh, and first appearance of Harley Quinn. I've got to mention it, otherwise people will be like...
Yeah, whatever. No one likes that character. Everyone hates Harley Quinn. So unpopular.
Look, Charlie, you've had a busy day. All this running around, all this excitement with Batman!
Next up, we've got Vendetta, the first appearance of Killer Croc in this show.
I liked this episode.
This is one of the episodes where we see that Killer Croc is an amazing impressionist because he does a spot-on Bullock.
Bullock? That you?
Yeah. Now let me see him.
Also, Rupert Thorne being hung from a string just in the middle of nowhere. He's got a green thumb, Rupert Thorne. I love that. I'm going to go A with this, bud.
I'm cool with an A with that. It's a good episode.
Yep. Okay, cool.
A good episode.
Hey.
I've made your favorite French onion soup. And when you let it get cold this time, note that it's in a microwavable crock.
Croc. Alfred, you're beautiful.
Okay, now we've got Fear of Victory, which is the episode where Scarecrow rigs all of the sports betting by lacing like certain, I don't know, like footballs and stuff.
It's where Robin's scared, right?
Yes, it's where Robin's scared, and it's also where Batman has all of the cats in the Batcave.
Well, for that, I'll give it a C then.
Okay.
I learned to walk on a high wire. Now I can't stand on a step stool without freaking. I'm no good to you anymore.
Easy, Dick. It's bound to wear off.
All right, now we've got The Clock King, the first appearance of The Clock King. Now, you like this episode a lot more.
S to me. It's such a good episode.
An S? No way!
Oh, yeah. I love this episode.
Damn it, I just love it so much.
Can you see what's in S right now?
Yeah, and I will put it toe-to-toe with those.
With Joker's Favor, with On Leather Wings, with Two-Face Part 1, Heart of Ice, and Feet of Clay Part 2.
Yeah.
I can't do that. I'm sorry, I cannot do that.
All right, put it in A then.
I mean, I was going to say C for Clark.
Are you forgetting how awesome that story is? The guy that like wants to like is so particular about time, and the mayor's just like, relax, and it fucks up his whole life, and he becomes a supervillain. It's a really good story.
Yeah, it is quite Hitchcock, isn't it? With that,
Mhm.
like, that one moment changed everything for him.
Yeah, and it's like Strange on the Train with them chatting in the beginning. It's like, it's great. I love it.
Yeah.
Hey.
All right, A it is.
I suppose you want to know why I've brought downtown Gotham to a standstill, Batman. Well, let's just say it's because I'm a civic-minded citizen with a lot of time on his hands.
Okay, next up, we've got the episode Appointment in Crime Alley, which is an episode that a lot of people like a lot. It's where simply Batman encounters a load of different crimes going on in Crime Alley as he's trying to get to his friend Leslie Tompkins. And it's where Daggett is going to, like, blow up half a city block or something like that. Do you remember this episode?
Oh, yeah, vaguely, yeah.
There's, like, a runaway, like, tram that he has to stop.
Runaway tram never come. It's not that good. C.
Yeah, C for Crime Alley.
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna get some hate for that. You know what though? It does delve into Batman's past. He puts down the roses. We see Leslie Tompkins, how she's connected to him. They have that lovely embrace at the end as well, and then that mimics the picture of him as a little boy.
I guess I'll have to see it again.
I think it's gonna be a bit higher.
Oh, so I can't have the Clock King at S, but you can have a Appointment at Crime Alley at B. I see how this dictatorship works. I guess I'm just here for color commentary on this episode then, like all episodes, I suppose.
It's definitely better than the Underdwellers.
We like the Underdwellers.
I can't believe Pretty Poison's in C now. The first Poison Ivy episode is next to the Underdwellers. That's crazy to me.
Yeah, you can bump that one up.
Yeah, that's going to B.
You don't want to be late for your 8 o'clock appointment, sir.
Have I ever been late?
No, sir. Not once in all these years.
Next, we've got Mad as a Hatter, the first appearance of Mad Hatter in this show.
I like the first appearance of Mad Hatter. That's when he's obsessed with the Alice girl, right?
It is, yeah, and he goes to great lengths to try and, like, woo her, but then eventually he realizes, I might as well just stick my mind-controlled device in her bonnet as well. Bonnet?
Yeah.
It says bonnet.
You, apparently.
Apparently.
I would give it an A, personally, but if it sits a B, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I think that it's a B, especially with other Mad Hatter episodes. One more in particular that's going to come very soon. But I think it's a good intro, for sure, to the Mad Hatter. I like it a lot. That mind control device alone is fun. You know,
Yeah.
how he uses
I think,
it.
and his acting is extraordinary, and the version of the characters. It's an A for me. I really like the episode. Personally.
Okay, well, we're keeping it in the B.
Oh, yeah, well, we've established this is a dictatorship, so.
Are you, the famous Batman, so intent upon destroying my happiness that you'll harm these poor, mind-warped innocents to get me? Let's find out.
Next up, we've got Dreams in Darkness, which is a Scarecrow episode. It's the one where Batman is in Arkham Asylum and with people that, like, destroy nature into trees. And it's pretty messed up. Seeing Alfred frozen as a tree has always been pretty graphic. I think that it's a really good episode. I love the premise. It's not just Poison Ivy being like, I'm going to steal this, like, rare plant, or I've got this giant plant killing thing. She has such a different plot in this episode. I would say that's an A, personally.
No, it's a B. It's a B.
Next to the other her other episode? I think it's better than
Well,
Pretty Poison.
Me too. That's why I think the other one needs to be a C. But it's not. It's a good episode, but it is definitely not as good as The Forgotten and Two-Face Part 2 and all that stuff. It's not a rank below Superior. It's just it's just a good episode, so it's a B.
All right, and then Pretty Poison will go back down to C.
Yes. My dictatorship.
It will take months of additional spraying before the transformations become irreversible. But, of course, I have the patience of a redwood.
And the convictions of a fanatic.
Next, we've got the episode that a lot of people love. It is the other appearance of Mad Hatter that we've seen so far. It is the episode where he puts Batman in a dream world, perchance to dream.
I've seen it, but that sounds like I'm saying C. What I really mean is S tier.
Yeah, it is definitely an S tier. Just the premise alone, what an amazing premise for a cartoon. So adult, and they don't cater to children. They just tell the story how they should be telling it. And I love this episode so much. The clock tower scene alone at the end. What an amazing thing to see Bruce Wayne coming face to face with Batman. I think that's so cool.
And all the dates that you told that fun fact to, even though it's not true.
Oh, yeah, of course. It is also, I thought for the longest time that reading in a dream is impossible because you dream with the right side of your brain, but you read with the left. I used to tell that on all of my first dates, and then I only found out like a few years ago that that's total bullshit and made up.
The print didn't make sense. Yes. That's because reading is a function of the right side of the brain, while dreams come from the left side. It's impossible to read something in a dream.
Okay, now we've got the episode The Cape and Cowl Conspiracy. Now, upon a rewatch, we enjoyed this more than I expected. Which is a kind of Wish.com version of the Riddler, who's tasked with trying to get Batman's cape and cowl and putting him in all these death traps in order to get it. I think Wormwood's a decent character. I mean, I prefer the Riddler, but as a character, he's fun. Yeah, I think it's a fun episode. I'm going to go with C personally for this one.
I think it's a B. We both enjoy this episode.
I would have put it lower. Like I would have put it in D originally, but not upon a rewatch. I thought C for Cape and Cowl. How about that? That make it more fun? Sure.
But the people at home, it's a B on my list, which is the true list.
What will you do with the cape and cowl?
I am going to wear them.
All right, next up, another two-parter. We've got Robin's Reckoning Part 1 to be ranked first. Personally, Bud, I'm just going to throw this out there. I think Robin's Reckoning Part 1 is an amazing episode to see Robin's backstory done from his circus tragedy all the way to going to Wayne Manor as a little boy, to Batman having the old school symbol on his chest and fighting gangsters and like...
Yeah, and this is the one that's like animated by the anime department, right?
Yes, and it's also where they play dice in the alleyway and he cracks his knuckles.
Hey, Matches Malone. Yeah, I love this episode. It's a good one.
I'm going to say S tier for Robin's Reckoning Part.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Yeah, I really like that. And then we get to Robin's Reckoning Part 2, which is not as good, if I'm honest. Robin's Reckoning Part 2, I like Robin facing off with Zuko at the end, like grabbing him on the motorcycle and dragging him. But yeah, it's a different animation studio, and the plot that they built up in Part 1, again, just isn't executed as well in Part 2. So I would put Robin's Reckoning Part 2 in B, personally.
Yeah, fine.
All right.
Does the hurt ever go away?
I wish I could say yes. But it will get better in time. For you. That I promise.
Next up, we've got the Joker episode, which I think rivals Joker's favor, which is The Laughing Fish. Why don't you tell folks at home what The Laughing Fish is about?
Batman fights a shark, guys, at one point. A shark. He fights a shark. Absolute classic.
Yeah, absolute classic. The Laughing Fish. Just what an amazing premise. Joker poisoning all of the fish with laughing gas in order to make money.
We've got to have money.
And also, we get our first Joker victim as well, like properly, where we see that frozen smile on that guy's face, which is just worth the price of admission alone.
This is a goddamn S tier. If there was a higher list, it would be up there as well.
And now, Batman, because I know you're watching, here's a message from our sponsor.
They're thinny and funny and oh so delish.
Okay, next up, we've got the first appearance of Kyodai Ken. It's Night of the Ninja. Now, I enjoyed this episode. I like it tied to Bruce's past, where he had a rival when he was training around the world. I like that he's trying to bring down Bruce by like attacking all of his like umbrella corporations. And the whole plot at the end where Robin like covers Summer Gleason's eyes so Bruce can fight Kyodai and doesn't have to hide who he is, you know, and he beats him in a duel. I think Night of the Ninja is a B?
Yeah, solid B.
Gotten a second wind, have you? Good. This will make your defeat all the more satisfying.
Shut up and fight.
All right, next up, probably my least favorite episode that we've watched so far. I'm going to say already it's going in the D list. It is Cat Scratch Fever.
Cat Scratch Fever!
The episode where Catwoman is caught up in a scheme by Daggett, who's trying to poison all of these stray animals in Gotham to poison Gotham and then sell them the cure. Kind of a fun idea, but not executed well. Professor Milo's in it. It's his first introduction, and
Cool.
he's not exactly a character that everyone knows. So, do you agree that it's going in the D for Dookie?
Yeah, 100% agree.
Catwoman, it's me.
Batman?
You're hot.
Now you notice.
Then we've got an episode that I love.
I fucking love it!
And I was really happy that you also enjoyed it as much as me. It is The Strange Secret of Bruce Wayne, the first appearance of Hugo Strange, his mind-reading machine, and also the team-up of team-ups. Our first time we see Joker, Penguin, and Two-Face team up.
This is such a solid A to me, A+.
Yeah, I would put it in A. There, it's just such a fun episode to watch. Yeah. And seeing Two-Face, Penguin, and Joker together is just so good.
Bruce Wayne is Batman!
That's absurd. I know Bruce Wayne. If he's Batman, I'm the King of England.
And people say I'm crazy.
Next up, we've got the episode Tiger, where Batman goes to the island of Dr. Moreau, but the Wish.com version of it.
Who is he?
And Catwoman's in it again, and she's a actual Catwoman.
Oh, it's a big fat D. D for...
Disappointed. Yeah, I think that the animation was excellent in that episode.
Yes, it was. Just a rehash. Like, it was like someone was like, oh, imagine it was like Batman on the Dr. Moreau, and then you see it and you're like, that wasn't a good idea. You're like, yeah.
Whoopsie.
I've given her power and grace beyond her wildest dreams.
You've made her a monster.
I believe she would disagree.
All right, then we've got another transformation episode. We've got the episode Moon of the Wolf, where Professor Milo makes a return as an Olympian, takes the serum that turns him into a werewolf, and Batman has to fight a werewolf. That's the premise of the show.
And he got no medal at the Olympics for that because it is a D.
Yes, I agree.
Oh, you fool! There's no telling what the werewolf might do.
Hey, ask me if I care.
All right, then we've got the second appearance and last appearance of the ninja Kyodai-ken in Day of the Samurai. Now, buddy, I'm going to let you talk about this episode because you really enjoyed this more than I did, I think.
If you're a fan of kung fu films and Japanese tales of heroes versus villains, then this is the episode for you. It's just so classic and fun, and it's beautiful, and it just feels like it's in the Kill Bill universe of Batman the Animated Series. And
that's true. It does have that 3-point touch or whatever,
exactly.
The death touch. Yeah. And it's got a little Duel of Fates there with the volcano.
Yeah, at the end, and the honor of him deciding to like choose his death in the volcano. It's just like, I've been watching a lot of Dragon Ball Z, so like all that honor, respect, and like fighting and respecting the person you fight, like it's dope shit. It's just for me.
Okay, I can't put it S for samurai, but I could put A for...
Sayonara, Batman.
All right, I've just realized that I've skipped some out of production order, so we're just going to dive back in where we were there.
Website.
Next up is Heart of Steel Part 1. This is the episodes where robots take over, where an AI machine is essentially making duplicates, much like Blade Runner, and then putting them out in Gotham and taking over Gotham one person at a time. So Part 1 first. What do you think of Part 1? Where do you think that sits on the list?
They're both C's, in my opinion.
Both C's? Okay.
Yeah, they're good. They're good, but like, if I'm going to sit down and watch Batman the Animated Series, am I chuck on Heart and Steel? Probably not.
Yeah, okay. I thought the part 1, again, is better than part 2, much like most of the two-parters in this show. But yeah, I think that they're pretty even keel. You're right. Like, there's some good stuff in there, but not enough to make one better than the other.
Yeah.
Kodak, I've definitely found something. Bruce Wayne is Batman.
Intriguing. This data may be useful later.
All right. Then we've got the first appearance of the Riddler, which is, if you're so smart, why aren't you rich?
It's super nostalgic for me. As I said, this is an episode that brings me back to my childhood. I love this version of the Riddler. This is my favorite version of any adaptation of the Riddler. Just his charm, his voice, his outfit.
My. Can we actually have a brain beneath that pointy cowl of ours?
And for me, it's a solid A.
Solid A, I would go with that.
You think I want money? Not anymore. What I want now is you.
Now look at this list. Like, this shows why the show is so good. Look at how strong the episodes are. Like, look how many S's there are. And the fact that A's are like the leading one is a sign of a great show.
That's true. That's a really
It's got a good pyramid there.
Yeah, I like it. All right, let's add a couple more to the list. We've got 3 more episodes to go. Next up, it's Joker's Wild, where Joker tries to take down a casino because it's stealing his likeness. But that's the whole point, as the owner of the casino is bankrupt and wants to attract the Joker in order to destroy it and collect on the insurance money.
To me, it's another solid A. It's a very quotable episode. It's full of very funny Joker things. I like at the end seeing the life of Arkham when like all the people are locked up.
Yeah.
I like the plot as well, and I like Joker being in the helicopter at the end.
It's a fun episode. The animation is what lets this episode down the most. There's a lot of animation errors that you can spot, especially if you're like looking for them. Like Joker's eyes change from black to white a lot, and he has some weird shots.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, it is a fun episode, and I think it does belong in an A.
Yeah, I'd be ready for the Laughing Academy if I had to stare at that ugly clown all day.
Why, I oughta.
Hit me.
All right, our second to last episode is the return of the Man-Bat, or should I say,
So, our new
Man-Bat's
a woman.
As it is Kirk Langstrom's wife, who's now the Man-Bat. What do you think of this sequel to the first episode?
Great. I think it's a really solid episode. We had a lot of fun. I like the vibe. Love the body horror of her turning into the woman bat. Mm-hmm. And yeah, just generally enjoyed the episodes. I don't know if it's strong enough to be put into an A, but I would give it an absolute B.
I think it's a B. I think it being in the winter really helped it. As you said, the vibe, like that winter vibe. Also, as you pointed out when we reviewed it, some French Connection feel to it as well, especially in that chase in the middle of the episode. Yeah, I think it's a B.
I've got you, honey. And this time, I'm not letting you go.
Kirk.
All right, and this is going to be really tough because this is the last episode, and I don't know where it belongs, but I'll let you decide. It's the episode Almost Got Him.
Let's just leave it off the list.
It should be in. I think it should be in its own category. I think it should be in like S+.
Super Saiyan tier.
It's definitely going in S. It is just such a perfect episode. Watching it again, it's the only 10 I've given in our podcast when ranking this episodes. I think it's just absolutely perfect. I love it so much, and I thought that was the right episode to go out on for this list. So there you have it. We've done it. We've ranked the first half of Batman the Animated Series.
It's a great episode.
I think that just I'm looking at this list and thinking about the other half that we get to watch. So obviously, when we've reviewed the second half of Batman the Animated Series, we'll come back and rank the second half. But let us know what you think. Is our tier list a load of shit? Or is it very much similar to how you feel? Just leave a comment below and let us know.